if you are new, or welcome back if you have been here before. I am Freya. This is Budgie Budgets, where we are trying to create some financial security for our beautiful family, and that includes paying off a heap of debt. You guys, it's Monday, so today we are doing our cash unstuffing, our budget with me for the week, and what else are we doing? Our weekly check-in. But I just thought I would do a quick little kind of, I guess, re-intro because there are a lot of new people. So thank you so much for that. It's incredible that I am a 38-year-old mum of 3. I have ADHD, as do all of my children. So we are in a very neurospicy household. We are a single income family, technically, insofar as I do not work. I don't have a regular income. I have started my little Etsy side hustle to try and bring some extra money in, but we do get payments from Centrelink, which is like our social services, or I'm not sure what else you would call it in the UK or America or wherever else you might be watching from. And we do also get a child support payment once a month for my older 2 children. However, they are with us 100% of the time. What else? I think that's most of our information. So here we do cash stuffing, we do budgeting, we do savings games, and just generally being a little bit silly, but enjoying trying to make progress with our money. I was having a chat with someone really lovely in the comments yesterday, and I'm never sure whether to like say people's names or not. I'm not sure if people like it, but anyway, we were having a chat about what I do with the money that I take out of the binder. So when I do a cash condensing and I put that money into the bank, they were wondering whether I just put it all into one account or whether I have separate accounts. So I thought I would kind of show you, because I did respond, and we had kind of a very small chat about it, but I just to make sure that it makes sense, I suppose. It is freezing in Melbourne today, so I am rugged up. But yeah, the lighting's not great, so I've got all of the lights on, so I'm sorry it's really shadowy. So our accounts, I operate like this. So we have an Up bank account, and Up lets you have so we have 2 Up, which makes it a joint account. And I know this won't make sense for people who aren't in Australia, because they won't have it Up, obviously, but we have 2 Up, which is completely online banking. They don't have any branches. It's all online. And then they let you have, I think with 2 Up, it's up to 50 savers tied to that account. And if you make more than 5 transactions on the account, you get a bonus interest rate. I should have checked what the interest rates are at the moment. I didn't check, but it's pretty good for Up. So off of that, we then have, so this is our main joint account, and any monthly direct debits, so any subscriptions that are monthly, our home insurance bill, our, what else? Home insurance, health insurance, the kids swimming, things like that. Basically anything that I don't stuff into an envelope runs through this account. And then I have savers. So to try and keep track of how much we're spending in each category, I have savers. And I also have a couple of trackers. So I think I track in there groceries, takeaway, petrol. I think that's about it. But anyway, so I'll have, a groceries savings. So then I know roughly how much we've got left in there, a chemist one, a petrol one, a takeout one. So that's really all of the things that we use regularly run through that account and sit through there. And then separate to that, I have an ANZ Plus account. Now ANZ Plus is very much the same as Up. I think not as many people have heard of it, but they run very much the same system. So you have a joint account, and then you have a savings account, and that savings account you can split up into, I think it's up to 99 savings goals. The reason we don't use this for everything is because they don't currently do a joint account, and I just don't want to make it more difficult than it needs to be for this sort of thing, for both myself and my husband to have access to it. So this is where anything that's in our envelopes goes. So I'll have, you know, basically I have a savings goal for every envelope. I have a matching savings goal in this account. I hope that makes sense. So then when I do my cash condensing, take money out of here, it goes into this account and then I distribute it. So if I can work it out, if it's not too time consuming, because I mean, those of you who are already on YouTube, like do your own YouTube videos, know that editing can be a time consuming process. So if I can work it out and it's not too much of a pain in the neck, what I might do is start screenshotting those, even if I only do it for the cash condensing video and not for every cash stuffing. I'll see how I go. If it's easy enough, I'll do it for all of them. But if it's a pain in the butt, I won't. But yeah, just to show you, like, so that then you can see that what's in placeholders in there matches what's in the account. And I just think that's the easiest way for my brain to immediately be able to see if there's a mismatch somewhere, if I've messed something up. And that is how I picked up when I messed up, was that last week or the week before, that I had a mismatch in what I thought I had in cash and what I thought was in my placeholder accounts versus what I actually had. That's how I knew, because it wasn't all adding up how it was supposed to. So yeah, that's how I do that. And obviously everyone is free to do it however they want to do it. Like for a lot of people, I'm sure it's simple enough to just have all of it in just one account. But yeah, because I am ADHD and I can be a scatterbrain at times, this is just the easiest way for me to do it. It is a little bit more labor intensive, obviously, having to do all of the transfers and whatnot. But yeah, at the moment, the interest rates between these two are similar, but ANZ Plus is a little bit better, which is why I would use them over Up if they had a joint account as well. They are doing joint accounts. They're on their way. They keep sending me emails letting me know that they are doing them. They are coming. And like this is branchless. So you can't use an ANZ branch. You can obviously use their ATMs and everything, but you can't use their branches with this account because it's online only. So yeah, that's how I do that. If you ever have any questions about the way that I go about anything, please feel free to ask. I'm an open book, truly. I'm more than happy to share what works for us, because maybe it will work for you and maybe it won't. But yeah, if it does, then awesome. I'm incredibly breathless today. We had a huge weekend. So I do apologize if I'm a little bit all over the place in this video. My daughter had a birthday party for a friend, and then we had my in-laws over for her birthday as well on Saturday, and then on Sunday it was her birthday party with all her friends. So we had 14 8-year-olds here, 7 and 8-year-olds. It was a blast. She had such a good time. It all went really, really well. We did like pass the parcel. I could not stop laughing because we did a game with we hung donuts on string off the clothesline, and they had to eat them with their hands behind their backs. They weren't allowed to use their hands, and oh my goodness, I videoed like 2 minutes of it, and it's just literally me absolutely laughing hysterically for 2 minutes because they looked so funny. But yeah, we did all the old school games like musical statues, pin the tail on the donkey, which they all cheated for. So that donkey had like 14 tails, almost all of them perfectly placed, because obviously they could see underneath the blindfold. But yeah, she had a really great time. I am entirely exhausted. Having so many big weekends in a row has put me into a massive flare with my health issues. So we are just muddling through this Monday. So I do apologize if I'm a bit, and thank you for sticking with me if you do. Let's get to some unstuffing. I don't know why I pulled that one out. I don't think there's anything in there to unstuff. So we do need to unstuff medical. Just $10 is coming out of there because hubby was sick last week and he needed to get a medical certificate for work. And then I think that's all for that one. We are taking $50 out of school. We'll just take that out because my little one decided that she did definitely want to do swimming. She's off doing that today, and it is freezing here. It's so cold. And her hair's going to be all wet and dripping down the back of her uniform, but that's okay. She really wanted to do it, so she's doing it. We are taking 15 out of uniforms as well, so at least 50 in there. I finally got around to buying her my youngest, some more tracky pants for school. Like, that's what I mean. Like, $15 covers 2 pairs of trackies. They were on sale at Target. And yeah, two pairs for $15. Whereas if I buy them from the uniform shop, that would be like more than 50 bucks. What else? Gifts, I think. Because she had, which one is that in now? Also my dog barking at something. She had another birthday party. I tell ya, May is the season for it. So there's just $20 left in gifts. Ugh, and I think I'm stinging gifts a little bit this month because I'm trying to get all that money into my super. So let's hope we still have enough. So we have unstuffed 50 that was already in the bank, 60, 70, 80, 95. So not too bad, not too bad. There is not too great coming, but you know, let's do our weekly check-in first. So we're doing the last week of May check-in, and oops, oh my goodness, I might pull you in a little closer just so it's a bit easier for you to see. So groceries, we had 181. Who knew that I was going to go over that? All of you did, didn't you? All of you looked at that and went, lady, you are kidding yourself. We added nothing. I don't think, do we add anything to anything? We added 20, I think, to chemist. Yes, we did. We spent $238.86. Whoops. So we are over $57.13. So that's going to be absorbed into this week's, obviously, which is unfortunate because it puts us behind for the start of June. It is what it is. Takeout, we didn't spend anything. We did buy takeout. We got takeout on my daughter's birthday night. She was allowed to pick what she wanted for dinner, and of course she wanted McDonald's because she would live off McDonald's if I let her. But I took that out of the money that we took out for her party. So, and that's what, I mean, probably half of this is spending for her party that we run out of money in that party category, and I'm just going to let groceries absorb it. It's fine. Petrol, I had to fill up earlier. So that's negative 100. Again, that'll be covered by this paycheck, but I am going to try and boost that up a little bit this month because I think I am, I'm going to be like off cycle now, if that makes sense. Chemist, we spent $25.55. So we are over in that too. Yikes, guys. We are starting June behind. But that's all right. Oh, I haven't filled that out yet. Clearly, it is what it is. Okay, so this pay period is from the 3rd of June. Our income less what we have put aside for rent is $1,760. $10 of that is interest that I got from ANZ Plus, which I'll be putting into our Mojo as well, which is nice. Okay, so fixed, we have internet is getting 85. This is the last month that it gets 85, and then it's going up to 89 something or 88.90 or something. I have to double check. It's something weird. We'll just round it up. Ambulance is getting 5. You will see ambulance is getting a little something out of every paycheck this month, because I do save for it every month. However, because I started saving for it late, I don't have quite, like, it's due at the end of June every year, and I started saving in, say, November or something like that. So I don't have quite enough. So we're just catching up to what it is. They did also put the price up slightly this year. So I'm just catching up to what it is for the end of June, and then we'll be able to go back to just $10 a month should cover it. That's all for our fixed expenses. 1670 left over. So variables, groceries, and this is a mistake, and I know it's going to be a mistake, but you'll see why it's a mistake in a minute. We're putting in $7.40. That should be higher because I've got to cover what we overspent last month, and I want to do our big shop for the start of this month, which means it's going to leave us short for the second week. I'm hoping we can get away with it. Think happy thoughts for me, you guys. We'll see how we go. Takeaway is getting 45. Again, that's less than I would like it to be, but it is what it is. Petrol is getting 100, which will cover what we've already spent. Chemist is getting 20, which will cover what we already spent and then some. I am going to boost this category, but probably not until next month, unfortunately, just because I do want to get that money into super. $20 into spending. That is all for hubby because eek, I had a budgeting slip up. So we're going to call this unbudgeted spending. And I wanted to share this. I mean, I could easily have left it out. But I don't want to do that. I want you guys to be able to see that sometimes we slip up, and sometimes those slip ups are unavoidable, like if emergencies come up or we really, really need things or whatever, and sometimes they're completely avoidable, and this is completely avoidable, or was completely avoidable. This is just irresponsible spending, really. There isn't really any other way to put it. So this went towards I don't really feel like this one's avoidable, but it went to some skincare for my oldest daughter because the skincare that she already had seemed to be causing her to break out. So I wanted to get her some other things to try, and I did. And so far they're working well. This went towards a new set of nails because I am obsessed with having these on, and they've lasted so much better than I thought. So I bought another pair, which I shouldn't have done until I had spending money, but I went and did it anyway. And I also bought some earrings. And like, I'm going to be honest and say that's the bulk of what that is. Like, more than half of that was spending on earrings. I support another lady who works from home. I love to support her small business. I absolutely adore her creations. She is a beautiful person and her creations are beautiful. And I was really good last month. I didn't buy anything in her release. And this month I caved, and the ones that I wanted last month were still there. And then she has a minimum spend for free postage and yes, all of the things. So this is my unbudgeting spending, which is why this is all hubby spending money this week, and I'm not getting any spending money for the rest of this month, which is fine. That's my penance. So yeah, it is what it is, you guys. I mean, the good thing is I can cash flow it this month. The bad thing is that is like, and I'm kicking myself now because that is money that should have gone into my debt or towards my super, and it's not. Or to beef up more of my envelopes. You know, my envelopes aren't getting as much as I would have liked this week now. Nor is groceries, nor is takeaway, because I did that. So, but anyway, it is what it is. We make mistakes, and that's the thing about this budgeting system. It's not about being perfect. If you make it about being perfect, the first time you fall off the horse will be the last time you fall off the horse, because you won't get back on. It's about being consistent, and hopefully being able to recognize when you've done things that actually in the long run don't make you feel good, because yeah, it you know, it might be money that's better spent. And I mean, sometimes it's stuff that, I mean, you might be okay with anyway. Like to be honest, I'm relatively okay with this spending. I feel like I've been doing really well. And unfortunately for me, this is something that happens, and it is something I've really curbed. It's not something I do frequently anymore, but it is something I used to do frequently, especially when I was feeling particularly ill, is that it's really hard to find dopamine when you are feeling really, really unwell and can't do all of the things that you usually would like to do. It is very, very easy to find dopamine on internet shopping. And so that's why I used to do a lot, and I don't do it often anymore. So it's still, yeah, we're still making progress. We would have made more progress had I not done that, but we are still making progress. So just, I guess, that's a very long-winded way of trying to say to you, if you have stuff-ups like that, if you make mistakes like that, try not to kick yourself about it and don't get caught up in the mistake. Try to keep your head in the game. Just try and keep being consistent as much as you can. And just move on from it, because otherwise if you dwell on it, it becomes a thing, and then you spiral, and then you spend more money because you're like, oh, what's the point? It's a lot like dieting, which I don't subscribe to dieting, but it's a lot like if you go on a healthy eating plan and then you eat one bad thing and then you kind of spiral into like a binge session. Like, it's the same kind of concept, you know? Anyway, thanks for coming for my TED Talk. Let's move right along. So that was $1,080 in variables, which leaves us with $590. And that $590 is going towards cash envelopes, which is getting $420 this week. And you will see where all of that is going on Wednesday. And that leaves us with $170. That is going to our MasterCard payment. Yes, that payment was $175. They have, on this most recent statement, dropped our minimum repayment down to $170. I think it's actually $168, but so I am going to do $170, and then the spare $5 will go onto the Visa card, because that's the one with the interest. This one's zero interest. So when they drop that payment, I will drop it down by $5 increments. So once the minimum payment gets below $165, that payment will become $165. And then that extra $10 will go to the Visa card, and so on and so on, because that Visa is the one that we need to get paid off ASAP, because that's the one that's accruing interest, whereas this one we've got quite a long time where it's zero interest. So that's what we're doing. So that is nothing left, and that is my zero-based budgeting system, including my unbudgeted spending errors. So, I mean, obviously that spending has gone on the credit card, which is something that I don't want to do moving forward either, obviously. And that will be paid back from this paycheck that comes in today. So the only other thing that we are going to do today is our roundup challenge. Where are you? Oh, and also I forgot in my debt update video, I forgot to colour in my little tracker. So I've gone and done that. And guys, we're nearly at a whole flower. How cool is that? One petal off, $100 off a whole flower. So that's super cool. I was really happy with that. I went and coloured in all the middles because I think I explained when I first did it, the middles aren't worth anything in that tracker for me. It's just it worked out the easiest for the amount of debt that we have. Okay, so this week, I will bring this over here. We have $6.02 in roundup. Just under $2 of that is interest from our up accounts that I just rolled straight into that buffer account. So yeah, I will speed this up because this is going to take a little while now that we're getting to these lower numbers, but we are well over halfway now. I think there's $60 in that buffer account now. So woohoo! All right, I'll see you in a moment. Okay. That is all of that one done. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope it wasn't too rambly. Just trying to get that to dry. Yeah, thanks for listening to my TED Talk about unbudgeted spending. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who is a new subscriber. I promise I am not normally this rambly in a budgeting video. Or maybe I am. I'm not sure. Join me on Wednesday for my regular cash stuffing. If you haven't already seen it, go back and watch the last video that has the details for my 250 subscriber giveaway. You guys, there are like 280 of you now, and I am just absolutely blown away. And thank you for all the really genuinely very lovely things that you have said in your comments. Yeah, it's really nice. You've made me feel very special. Yeah, so the giveaway announcement will be happening on Friday. So make sure that you are tuned in for that as well. and I hope you all have a beautiful week. Let's hope this weather picks up because it is a miserable Monday here. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye bye.